Welcome to Nara's Method podcast. This is one-stop shop to your mental health journey. Tune in if you're trying to be your best self and live balanced life. I am Nara, and today we'll be talking about how to achieve balance between motherhood and entrepreneurship with Dana Elena M., award-winning startup business coach and consultant, and founder of Mompreneurs UAE community. Welcome, Dana.
Thank you.
So we've met in Mompreneurs community that you've created, which I love being part of. So tell me, how did you come up with the idea of creating Mompreneurs?
Well, it came, believe it or not, in a book club. I was doing that with other mother entrepreneurs. Some clients of mine who, after we finished what we worked together, we said, let's do this book club, because I wanted to be part of a book club, Nara, and no one invited me. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna do it myself. So I created a book club, and four of us together will talk every week, and we'll come with our ideas, and we'll support each other. And I said, oh my God, that's awesome what we have created together. So it's like, how can we have more of this? And I asked them, I also, as a business coach, I was new as a business coach. I was like, how can I put what I do further? How can I do it? And they said, shall I do a workshop where I talk about entrepreneurship and motherhood and business, or do a networking event? And they say networking events, because, and then I said, yes, of course, because this is what we are doing every week. And this is how it came.
It just grew after that.
Yeah.
Because it's quite incredible how the community is so nice, and we have all these beautiful mothers, and they're all working, and the ideas and the energy you get out of it is totally, it's refreshing and empowering. So you leave the events and you're like, oh my God, I can do it. I can do anything.
Yeah.
Mompreneurs, you're a coach as well. You're a startup coach.
Yeah.
And you help lots of mothers to start up their businesses and then to run their businesses as well. So tell me more.
Well, I think you said it. I help mothers in different ways. I help mothers through Mompreneurs, which is on a larger scale because it's one-to-many, and I help clients one-on-one. We just help as mothers. We need so much help, and I need help, and I also get help. So at my own way, on my own level, I help my clients.
Do you feel like motherhood is, because I at times feel this way, that motherhood is very lonely, even though we get to talk a lot about how we meet other mothers, but it's so much easier when you're around women that are in the same position like you, so it's so much easier to share. And I wonder, is it how you came to the idea, okay, I will start helping other women to achieve what they want to achieve in their life because motherhood is lonely? Was that the motivation, or that there was something else?
At present, I don't find motherhood lonely. Maybe because of the lifestyle that I created for myself, what I do with my work and my family. And if I am to go back when I just had my son, it was very challenging, but I think loneliness was the last thing in my mind when I had the small one, no idea what the hell I'm doing and how I'm going to do it. I gave up my job before I became a mom to be a coach. I thought, I'm a coach, I can help anyone. It helped me, transformative. People will see how good it is and they'll just come to me, and give up my job and then find myself sitting at home doing nothing and being very hard to get client. Go to networking events, and then, being in a corner and with other experienced business people. And I was new. So I was really a daunting experience for me. And I became a mother, which was like a, escape for me. I got pregnant, no need to get clients. And once being a mom, I knew, after a year when my son was getting older, I was like, I want to do something more. I want to be more than a mom. And I said, I don't want to go back to corporate because I waited 44 years, not really from the first time, but a long time to have my son. And I want to spend time with him. I want to be with him to see him, first steps. And we all mothers want to see. So I was like, I don't want to go on corporate. Plus, I don't like that much anymore. I love coaching, but I was really scared because I had a break in coaching. So not only that I struggled before with getting clients, when I had the confidence in my ability to coach and transform, now it's after a year, my vocabulary was limited, right? I could only talk about children and sleep and routines and do you remember that time?
Yeah,
so how do I go back now when I knew I kind of failed before? So I wanted to do it, but I didn't know how. So my luck, I guess, destiny, the universe sent me a friend's message, says, do you want to start a new program? I am with a friend, we need one more person, and if you come with me, we have a new coaching program you can start. It was for free. So I was like, you have to decide tomorrow morning, and you need watch this video to know about it. I did not even watch the video, Nara.
You were like, that's it.
I was like, okay, that's it. So I said, I'm doing it. Not watch the video, I do it, I started. And this is how it was a way for me to bring me back to coaching. Not only that I learned new ways of coaching, I also, part of that program, when I decided to certify it, was business development in it. So I was mind-blowing for me. Things I learned, I had no idea before. When I was struggling before, when I
it was the business.
Yeah. And this is, I thought, I had this experience. And I'm sure there are other women out there who started business for the love of what they're doing, but they have no idea how to build a business. But now I had the knowledge, and I had the coaching, I had the knowledge with the business, and I said, I want to help other mothers build a business because I know how hard it is without having the knowledge.
How do you balance, now that it's been a few years that you've been doing it, how do you balance family life and motherhood and having a business?
It's an everyday work on it. I went through ups and downs, right? So when I became a mother, all my time was on my son. I put on lots of weight. So when I said, I gave myself a year, and when I said, I set up the priorities for me. My priority was motherhood, and then fitness and health, so that I can lose the weight and get to Dana what I knew. That. So that was my priority. And then I said business. So I put getting clients and having that as the third priority. So it was motherhood, taking care of my son, family and all. And then the second priority was, I'm just putting like levels. Priority was the fitness, right? Taking care of me, going to the gym every day, and then business. But what happened that I didn't get clients because was whatever was remaining, and I realized the priorities needs to shift. So the motherhood remained first. The second one became the business. The third one became my fitness. So what happened that I didn't go to the gym anymore. I was eating a lot, so that didn't work either. So then I set up still my motherhood as first, and then I put business and health on the two and make plans for it. So I said how I balance one tool. I use the priorities, being very clear of what's important to me and what I can dedicate my time, because as you know, time, and everyone listening, time is the most important resource that we have, even that and this is really comes to us when we do motherhood and entrepreneurship. Time is the most important, so it's important to prioritize. So I prioritize that, and then I do conscious decisions, like I'm gonna spend my time today with you doing this podcast, and after that I'm meeting a fellow coach, a friend, but you know what, on Friday morning I block my time to spend with my son. Mm-hmm. So it's intentionally creating time for quality time with my son, having dates with my husband, and having time with friends. And the other one is business. So I guess conscious decision, being conscious about what you're creating. Yes, I'm gonna do this, but I'm not gonna do this for a long time. I'm gonna make plans to come back to it here.
Yeah.
Does this make sense?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Because I recently had a baby, right? A little bit more of a year, and for me it was quite difficult to balance time, because I felt like I was thrown into trying to rest and survive, right? We're on the survival, in survival mode, and you eat when you can, you sleep when you can, you drink water when you can, and it's all like you are like a machine running around. So it took me I think a year to recover from that, and to sit down and be like, okay, now I can, now I need to prioritize myself. Now I need to understand like what, am I even like doing the right thing by just dedicating all the time to my daughter and just then like losing myself, right? Is it the right thing to do? And for some people it is the right thing to do, right? It's all about priorities. But like I felt like for me, okay, I needed to take care of myself, to go to the gym, to start eating healthy, to sleep, to try to sleep as much as I can, and to and still we have a business going, right? And it's so many things, and you try to be everywhere. So I started cutting from the, you know, the time. I was taking time from the places where like I don't necessarily need to go out, for example, right? It's, does it worth it to go out? Is it really for fun, or is it just a social event that I'm gonna go out but I don't really want to be there? I would rather sleep. So I started prioritizing these small activities that I felt like they're so important for me to be out there. But then I realized like it's not as important as me sleeping right now, or I would rather go to the gym than be there. So for me, that's prioritizing actually myself first, I guess, like, you know, the oxygen mask. I put the oxygen mask on myself first. Then I was like, I think after I do that, I can sort everything out. I can take care of all the things. I just need to make sure that I'm good. Like I'm fine. I'm operating as usually. So it's difficult. I think the balance is the thing that's we're trying to reach, but it's so hard to reach. But at the same time, it's very achievable. Once you do it, it's very achievable.
And it's also very sensitive. So you can do one thing and go off balance. So it's always, we are about striving to achieve balance, and don't be attached to it. You know, today I done it. I did more work when I spent with my son. It's all right. You know what? Tomorrow I make plans to do the other one. So it's all right. It's just be easy on yourself. Just busy. We are, I say, on yourself and on ourselves, because we put so many high expectations on us to be the best. You know, like best looking, right? To be the smartest, and to know the best about business, and to have successful businesses, and mother of the year and all that. But we know, you know, be realistic, we can achieve all that, right? So just be easy on yourself, on ourselves. This is one of the things, I'm very easy on myself.
I'm trying. I'm trying, because I used to be much harsher on myself. Because I felt like, well, if not me, then who's gonna be harsh on me? Like I need to be this person that will kick myself and like do stuff, get stuff done. And I would multitask like crazy, which I realized that I don't get anything done properly just because I multitask. I would drive around, speak on the phone, and then I would try to fix so many things at the same time. I would have like literally like 20 windows open on my laptop, and I would be like all over the place on the phone and doing all this at the same time, and this still trying to control the situation at home because we work from home. So to look at what are the kids doing, what are they eating, how are they gonna walk, what are they gonna do. So this multitasking, I think, is the thing that burned me out. So I tried not to multitask as much and be as focused as possible, because we take a pride in multitasking as women. It's like, oh, I can multitask, and men cannot multitask, which they can, but sometimes this is the most efficient way, is not to multitask, is to focus on one task at a time. Which that was something that really helped me in the, you know, trying to balance it as much as I can, which is, it's never perfect, it's never gonna be perfect. And that's the thing also I gave up. Not gonna be perfect. It is what it is.
Exactly. And when you were talking about earlier about how you know, you want to take care of yourself to sleep instead of going out, it reminded me of the metaphor from Stephen Covey's book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Have you read it?
No, I've read it, many years ago.
Really highly recommended. Who talks about the story of the golden goose and the golden eggs. The goose actually who makes golden eggs, not the golden rest. So if you are the goose which make golden eggs, so you need to take care of the goose in order to have golden eggs. You cannot, if you cut the goose to take the golden eggs what were inside, you realize there is nothing inside, and then that's you when you burn out and you take care of it. So by taking care of yourself, then you can produce, then you can have the golden eggs. So first of all, like you say, balance, about self-care, that's important. If you are not all right, whatever you produce, it's not fine.
Yeah, I think that's very important for all the mothers to hear that, because society puts so much pressure on us, right? That we have to do it all, and we have to feel also blessed at the same time, right? It's like if you're complaining a little bit, everyone around is like, oh no, like you should not complain. You should feel blessed that you have this opportunity, which is right. Yeah, we feel blessed, but you know what? We're still tired. We're still exhausted, and it's just so much work. And everyone expects you to do something in a, like in a great way, which doesn't every time work. Like it doesn't work for me. Definitely doesn't work for me. Sometimes I'm like, okay, today I'm not the best mother. Today I'm the worst mother, but it's okay. I might fix it tomorrow. I just hope they don't take it against me, which they probably will. They're gonna still go to psychologists when they grow up and be like, my mom caused me so much trauma by, trying to be perfect. And that's also like something that they're gonna talk about. And so I think it doesn't matter what we do. As much as like we do our best and we try to do our best, it's just like, it is what it is. We just go with it. Like
that's true. That's true. We just go with it.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, what would be your tips for somebody who wants to start their business? Like a mom who has an idea and she wants to start her business. What would be maybe first steps you would advise them to take? Or what would be the first thing that you would advise them to do?
I have so many of them. So I can say the first. Can we not go to the first?
No, let's do like...
as they come to us. Huh?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So first, first comes. All right. You said earlier how on the first year when you had your daughter, it took you a year to sleep well, to get to it. So if a mother has support that she can do business, that she has either a nanny or family, then yes, you can do. But it's when you are in survival mode where the basic needs to be met, like sleep, food, take care of the child, to expect to put on top of business, I think would be overwhelming. So just start when you are in the presence, when you can dedicate time, because business it's like a living thing. It's an organism. What you put in is what you get. If you put time in, then you're gonna get results. If you don't put in, you don't get. So make sure a mother who wants to start has the support system, have the time to do it, have the time to learn about business, to network, to build herself, to create her services or her products. So time is important because you need to dedicate time. People don't understand how much time a business takes. One, is that clear?
Yeah, absolutely. Give yourself a time.
You need to have the time, right?
Yeah.
As to demonstrate that as a business coach, I have a nanny, and as I have commitments to events as mompreneurs when I need to go. I have commitments to my clients to show up. If my son was off nursery or off school when he's sick, I have to drop all that, and I can drop 30 people who come to attend for an event because of that. Absolutely. My son has fever. I can do that. So I need to have support at home. And
absolutely.
You need to give that to clients and that. All right, good. Second one is when you start a business, many people start a business thinking, as many women I hear, I love photography. I'm going to be a photographer. Or somehow you do photography, right? That wasn't that. All right. Or I love, I can do something with my hands. People say it's nice. I'll do it, right? And they just do it. Because someone else does it as well and do it well, I can also do it. And think or expect or have this idea that business is just the service or the products where they give.
Yes.
Without knowing that business, that part is actually a small part of that. That business is everything you do before you sell and everything you do after. It's someone I heard in a podcast, they said like a sandwich, right?
Yeah.
So you need to know, kind of like you don't know what you don't know, but you need to start looking of what you know, what you don't know. So knowing when you start a business, knowing, as I said, the time, and having an idea what business is about. Educate yourself. Another way which came to is when you start a business, you start with the need. Is there a need for your business in the market? Is there someone used, and there is a book on it, it's called Red Ocean and Blue Ocean. So if there are already many people doing the same thing, and you come up as well, and it's a blue ocean, and people compete on price, on that, it's like, does the market need you or no? If you find a need, if whatever it's out there, you feel that they don't do it good enough, then you come. But if the needs of the market are being met and even saturated, then that's not the place for you.
Yeah.
Then look for something that there is a need. So when we start a business, we either do something that no one does it, or you do something that you do it better than others.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which gives it like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because not every idea is amazing idea, right?
Yeah.
And that's how we tend to
Yeah.
sometimes think, because we just look at it from our own perspective. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I haven't found, I don't know, whatever, like cup like this. So that means we need to start creating cups, but that doesn't mean that you cannot really find a cup. Like it makes sense.
Yeah.
That's really, really useful.
Yeah.
That's really good to first, like as a first step to know that you need to have physically time to do it.
Yeah.
And resources to do it,
Yeah.
and then after that, that's when everything else falls into place.
Yeah, another thing what we do when we start a business, you think of, am I selling this? There are two types of, market that you have. You have the wide market where you sell to many people and with low margins. Are you looking to sell quantity? Or are you looking to sell, like a tall market, when you sell to your niche market, to small, but you're gonna give them an extra value, and then you're gonna have a high revenue from it. So decide what you're gonna sell, because there are many people who sell to small people, like a small number of people, because this is how much they can reach through their word of mouth or that.
Yeah.
But they have a small margin, and that it's not feasible for business. So you see, is my product service is a wide market, and then you think, how can I reach as many people as possible? How many do I need to sell in order to make this as a business? Because if you sell cups, you mentioned cups earlier, right? How many cups do I need to sell in order to have a profit?
Yeah.
Because if I sell to my neighbor, if I sell to the kids at school, and that I make what, a few hundreds a month, is that a business? It's not, right? So the cups will be something you sell, or you make these cups, like really, and you can sell, you put high margins because you are customize it, handmade, or make them in such a way to get your higher profit.
Yeah, that's interesting, because I feel like you tend to, in a business, you tend to fall into one or another, or then you want to do both, but it's almost impossible to do both unless you develop 2-3 different products. That would be like, okay, mass market, and then like something special, something unique that people would want to pay much more money for.
And when you start a business, as a small business, when you start, usually we tend to go to the tall market.
Yeah.
Why? Because in order to reach lots of people, you need advertising, marketing, all that, what it is, right? So you need to put money. If you have the budget to put in, great, go for it. If you don't have the money, then how can you make yours to appeal to a small number of people, that whatever you put in to have a high margin, so we're gonna give you the revenue. Another thing, what is it when you start a business, to decide, am I doing this as a hobby or am I doing it as a business?
Yeah.
Because when you have a wide market product and you sell to a tall, like a regular small, that's a hobby. You don't make the money.
Doesn't cover the bills. It doesn't pay the bills. Doesn't do any. Yeah.
No, it can be frustrating.
Yeah.
So when you say a business, then if you want to decide it's a hobby, happy with it. I had a call with a woman yesterday who is painting china, like cups.
Yeah.
And she's painting it beautiful. I look at her Instagram, really beautiful, right? And she told me, I'm doing it as a hobby. I love doing it. Sometimes I get money, I have ups and downs, but I'm all right with it. So she sees it, right? But if she didn't have that at the beginning, she would be very frustrated with herself of not selling it.
Yeah, because you spend all this time and then there is no return.
Yeah.
So I think that's a very important differentiation, because we do lots of things that are not all your hobbies necessarily have to bring money. That's something I think very important, for especially for smaller businesses, to keep in mind, or like for women that are trying to start up, that's the thing that's very important. Like you don't, not everything, like not every artwork that you do is sellable. And it doesn't have to be sellable. You do it because you personally enjoy it so much, but you don't have to do it for like as a business model.
There is something that I want to bring for mompreneurs for our next session. It's the what makes a sustainable business. Would you like to know that?
Yes,
the
absolutely.
Sustainable business. So there are two P's. One, it is the purpose. The other one is the people, and the last one is the profit. So the purpose, when we have a business, if it's attached to a higher purpose, what we have in life, with our purpose, our legacy, what we want to leave behind, how we want to make the world a better place, that's really motivating us. That's really get us in the morning and get us through ups and downs what the business have. I can't tell you how many times I went to my husband and I say, I'm finished with mompreneurs. And when second day I come to here, I'm going to do this. But I said, I thought you were finished because you believe me, And I was like, no, because I have a higher purpose. It's something in me which makes me want to do mompreneurs, like to work with mompreneurs and have mompreneurs UAE community, right? So one, it is the purpose, having a higher purpose to it. The other one, it's people. And it's people is who you want to help. Through who you're going to make their life better. And the people you work with, and it works a lot, also products, but I find services, because I'm usually a service business. It's who are the people we are passionate about, we are curious about, who really are we see ourselves working with 10 years down the line. Who are these people, right? And when look at the people also, remember we're talking about the need, the market need. What are their challenges? What are their desires? What are their fears? Being fascinating about them and really know them well. The best person to work with, especially in service, is the people like you, because you know them, right? They are you.
Yeah, right? You understand the needs.
You understand because you've been there before and you know the solution. This is so that's the people. And then the other one is profit. Well, you might have the purpose, you might help people, but if you don't make the profit, then that's charity. And there's nothing wrong with charity, but as long as you are aware about it and you are, accept it. You say, yes, I'm doing it for it. I'm not getting, it's all right, not have money from it. But if you want to make money, then make sure that all that it brings you money. Are there people gonna pay for that? And somehow I feel like adding to one more to say it when we start a business. Can I? I feel like adding another one to it. So when we start a business, and this comes from the lean methodology, there are 4 questions to ask ourselves. All right, and if we answer all 4 of them, I'd say yes, you have a solution for business. So, do people know they have a problem? The people you want to work with and you want to help, do they know they have a problem? If it's yes, okay, go. If they have a problem, are they willing to pay for it? And this brings us to profit. They might have a problem, but they're not willing to pay for it. And then you don't have a problem, right? You have a charity, you don't have a... Yes. The third one is, would they buy it from you? Do you have the credibility? Do you have a trust? Would they like you, know you? As we know, there are 3 business. We can go to it a bit later, but know, like, and trust. So if they will buy from you, you have the authority, the expertise to buy from you, then, all right. And the last one is, can you build a solution for that problem? Are you able to help them with that problem? And if you say yes, good to go. Theoretically. With
3 P's, right? Now I'm questioning it. If you don't have one of them, well, obviously, like, is it like absolutely impossible to run a business? If there is one of them that's missing, let's say, because sometimes you, in a business, right, in a bigger business, you not necessarily tend to work with similar people to you. Not necessarily you are even, it's even like something that's in your class, or like you, it's not people that you want to help necessarily, but it's a service that you provide. if it's not there, if one of them is missing, what would you say that is less crucial to be there out of these 3 P's?
Let's find out. Do you want to find out?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's say you have a business where the people you help, all right, you don't care about them, right? How do you come up with the business? How invested are you in the business?
Okay. Yeah, it's quite difficult.
Yeah. And what kind of business would you be if you don't care about the people? What is the values, or how would you come across as a business who don't care about the people you are serving?
Not caring, I wouldn't say like not if, if not caring, then definitely that there is no business. But if,
but there is a business, but sorry to interrupt.
So care for people, that's
you
the
care
thing.
For people. Otherwise you become one of those people who take advantage of them. And do you want to create a business like that?
Okay, so it's more caring for people. That's good that we we discussed it further, because caring about people, they not necessarily have to be people that, I don't know, similar to you or similar background, or people that you absolutely, because we work a lot with marketing, right? And I'm just thinking from our perspective, like, how would you want to help them, but it's different kind of help, right? It's not a personal help. Like when you're a coach, you are helping them personally to thrive. But when you have any other service business, you care about them, but it's not a emotional, like emotional transaction, right? You care to help them, but you not necessarily change their life, right?
Yeah, from what you do, you meet up a need. They have a need and you help them with that, right? And that changes their life.
Yeah.
You help them go to the next step, wherever they need. You come to Mompreneurs UAE and you did a video for us, right? For Business 360, right? I had a need of having the event being captured and having a video for next event. So you helped me with that. There is a need for me to have a professional team, to have a professional that I feel comfortable to be around, that help me to move forward to like next event when we'll have like this. I can easily show this video and get credibility from it. So I had a need and you helped me in my business with that.
So so it's that again, like I think that's the way I look at it is a bit different. But then yes, I absolutely agree. When you work with people that you like, you actually you do more and you provide more and you enjoy doing it more. But so that's people. Yeah. That's quite important. Yeah. Purpose. Now purpose. What do we do with the purpose? If there is no, let's say, well, every time I hear higher purpose, and I think lots of people get confused with higher purpose, it's like, does it have anything to do with like, something like, oh, I'm gonna change the world, I'm gonna do something, like, I don't know, environmental or something. I have like a bigger purpose religiously. What is the bigger purpose? Like how small can the bigger purpose be?
As small as makes sense to you. We don't all have to be Mahatma Gandhi or Mother Teresa to make a difference in the world. In our own way, in our small places, we can create. If I, as a business coach, if I help one person today, I can tell you so many stories when I hear, and I'm like, if this is the only thing what I did as a coach, as a business, or in my life, I said it was enough. So improving the life of a person is enough, because it's also the ripple effects. So even on the small scale, you don't need to do that. If one person at a time, it's also fine. If you sell products and you know that wherever you sell this mug, and the mug is gonna make someone's video look better. You did purpose. It's achieved something.
Doesn't have to be big.
Doesn't have to be anything. Can be as mundane as you think, but if it makes someone's life better, then that's a purpose.
I think that's quite important, because if people are like me, I think of the purpose. When I hear purpose, I kind of panic, because I'm like, oh my God, how big is the purpose? Do I need to become like? Do I need to change the whole planet? No. Like, do I need to change life of like 1 million people? How big does it have to be? So when I think of purpose, that this bigger purpose, bigger picture, it creates like a little bit of panic in me, because I'm like, oh, but I don't know how many people I can help. But then the satisfaction actually comes from helping even few people. But the way their life changes makes you actually feel like, okay, I'm doing it. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly. It reminds you that you're doing what you're doing. Exactly. Yeah.
So purpose, that's good to know. The purpose doesn't have to be like the biggest purpose. We cannot all be,
No, and I'm not. How many people I touch, and then as long as it's one person, one person at a time, if that's, you can make it and life better, then it's great. And life better doesn't have to be as coaching, and it can be, as I say, a mug or some shoes. They make them feel comfortable, or they can feel, confidence, give them confidence in themselves. Can be that, or cut someone's hair really beautiful, that they really, go around and they get compliments that make them feel good about themselves. So it doesn't have to be big things.
Doesn't have to be. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
It gives me like more peace. Like, okay, it doesn't have to be so big, so it's fine.
Yes.
As long as there is purpose that makes you, there's a thing that makes you happy about helping people.
I met a person through a networking event, a woman. She said, we have, I'm doing a business with my husband. We've been doing for years. We do home maintenances for actually not only home, I think it was also offices. So the way she said it looked like they've been on the market for a while, they knew what they were doing, but she said, I'm no longer related to that. I don't get myself, I want to become a coach. I want to do something. And so her heart was not in it. So if you attach, even in a home business, right, if you attach a purpose to that, if you have like home business, I meant home maintenance.
Yeah.
If you attached a purpose to that, even that can become something that you can bring your heart into it. If you imagine as people coming to office and finding everything working, and through whatever you did, fixing the AC or cleaning or all, make them life better. They feel good, and they also can serve their clients in a better way. So imagine how many people you impact as that. So being aware of it, what is it that you are creating through your business?
Yeah, because you would think in this situation, right, it's like it's just maintenance.
Yeah.
But when you are in the situation that you need maintenance, you are panicking and you need it, right? It's not something that you can skip. You need it, and you cannot find solutions. So when somebody comes and takes this headache away from you, it's worth everything.
Yeah, look for the purpose, even in what you have. You don't need to jump. Just look at it. How are you making your life easier of the people? So they're connected.
Yeah, purpose and people are connected. And profit, obviously. Profit is just, either you're doing it as a hobby and you don't get paid, which is all right as well, or you're doing it as a business, and then you can only call it business when you get profit. Yeah. So they cannot, you cannot skip any.
No,
we
that's
came to the
important.
conclusion. We cannot skip any. They're all so important.
Yeah, very, 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 very important. Yeah.
What would be 3 takeaways from balancing motherhood and entrepreneurship?
What
if you would say, like, let's like sum it up to 3 takeaways for balancing motherhood and balancing business, and how do they coexist together?
Yeah, I have created a system of 5 elements. Can I run you through the 5? You said 3,
go ahead.
I have 5.
There is no limit. We don't have any limiting beliefs.
All right. Okay. Good. So after, as I say, I am a mother entrepreneur. I know where I was and where I come and what helped me. And after working with so many clients, my clients, and also speaking to, I don't know, hundreds of mompreneurs, I come up with a system. It's called the Mindful Mompreneurs, which has 5 different elements. Yeah. Now you might ask, why mindful? What's important about mindful? Mindful is also a trendy word.
Yeah.
What I see through mindful is being aware of what we are creating, being aware of where we are and where we want to be. Like we talk about, do you want a hobby or do you want a business? Am I multitasking? Am I being present? So it's being mindful. The purpose, what is it that I want to leave behind? So all that is being mindful, being present. And the 5 elements. All right. First one, I call it fulfillment. And it has that purpose, what we were talking about. Because when we are fulfilling our purpose, what I believe we all brought up, there is something about us, what we are meant to bring in this world. When we are doing that, when we are being in our business that, when the business, it's a kind of a gateway to bring it. And when we are doing it in line with the values mean what really matters to us. Because you can bring business, but if you are not respecting what you really believe, then you can get detached from it. You understand? So bring it of who you are and what you stand for in the business. This makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The second one is mindset. And not any mindset, it's positive mindset. Business brings us ups and downs, and how we respond to downs. How do we bring us back again? How do we go, and you were mentioning limiting beliefs earlier, right? How do we deal with the beliefs what hold us down? And because I truly believe that a business is a reflection of who we are.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot create a business which is more successful than who we are inside. How would you create a successful business if you are not confident of yourself? If you don't believe in yourself? So that's the positive mindset. When things are going sideways, how do you recover from that? Because time is pressure. If you hide under a rock, then your business stops. What happens to your clients?
Yeah, you lose the business.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. So having a positive mindset to it and say, yes, I can do it. Yes, I look at myself. Yes, I'm not perfect. I am who I am, and this is what I bring to the world. So that's a second one, yeah?
Second one.
2.
Yeah.
The third one is very important. It's business fundamentals. Learning about business. Remember I told you about the sandwich?
Yeah, yeah.
So what you do is a small part. What is before and after? It's what business. McDonald's is the most successful burger. Not because, is it because they do the best burgers in the
No,
world?
absolutely not.
No.
Yeah.
It's because of what they have, the system, what they put in place, knowing what their customer wants, that people, that profit, right? Bringing that in. So knowing what business is. Elements of business, making a business plan, looking at your profit. Who is your customers? Do I want a wide market or we want a tall market? How I'm going to make the money? How I'm going to get leads? How people will find about me? Because if you can have the best service or product, if people don't know about it, what's in it?
Yeah.
So having that, right? Having the business fundamentals, knowing what business is about. This is number 3. Clear?
Yes.
Agree?
Yes. We're on 3.
Yeah. 4 is focus.
Mm-hmm.
As is our business, we are so passionate about it. And every morning we can, in the shower, where the best ideas come, we say, today I'm going to sell something. And then tomorrow you're going to do something else. And we can go left and right and left and right. So not only you change that, you also focus on what is the strategy. We are talking about the leads, right? I want to get myself the name, right? I want people to know me on the market. And then you want also to get better, I don't know, sell to 10 different clients. And then you want something else. So when you change all the time, your focus changes.
Yeah.
So instead of like, I want to go there, and it's like, here is what I'm focusing on. What's my priorities? Because remember what we said, what are my goals? Setting goals and finding ways, how do I know I reach these goals? That's a lot of conversation to talk to.
Yeah.
But mainly it's about focusing, what do I want to achieve, and stick to it.
Yeah. Eyes on the prize.
Exactly, eyes on the prize.
Yeah.
Stick to it, because otherwise you keep changing all the time. You not waste time, you only confuse your client. You know, I heard so many people saying, I am a work with corporate, but also work with home. I work with this. Who do people should talk to? So focus in multiple ways. Mainly it's goals, setting up goals, right? And the last one, after you do all this, it's the balance. Because you can create the best business if you don't have your family satisfaction, if you don't look after yourself, if you don't keep with your family, expanded family, if you forget that you used to love dancing, like women, I love dancing, right? So if you having another thing, like personal growth, learning new skills, not only business, but what about other things for yourself? So looking at what areas in your life you are forgetting. When you are prioritize 1, 2, 3, you miss of other things, like going out. You don't need to go every night. Go once once a month, once a 3 months, once a year, have that thing. So creating balance between different aspects of your life, family and business, is the most relevant, important.
Yeah.
Balance with yourself and other areas of your life that we keep forgetting them when we get so busy. In the long run, we forget who we are. And you say, I used to love dancing. I miss dancing. I used to love painting. I used to paint. Not anymore. And that makes you, like now when I'm talking, makes me sad.
Yeah. I heard it somewhere. You need to schedule the fun times as much as you schedule, like, because we tend to like keep ourselves so busy with everything that we need to do.
Yeah.
So the wants are somewhere else,
Yeah.
and they're never gonna get in the list because you are always, there are so many needs that you need to do to fulfill, that wants are just never there. So I think scheduling fun times, whatever fun means to you, whatever fun means to me, scheduling that time, it's so important. It's just as important as all the. It's amazing that you have 5 of them.
I come
5 because I think you cannot fit all this in 3.
Yeah.
It's very, very important. Thank you for coming. It was so much pleasure, and it was so educating, and I think there are so many takeaways from today's discussion.
What would be your major takeaway? What would be the light bulb?
The light bulb for me would be focusing on, actually, the light bulb would be the purpose, the 3 P's, and focusing on purpose. And that purpose doesn't necessarily have to be massive, and it doesn't have to change the whole planet. And it's good enough if you change any lives, like any kind of lives with your purpose. So that was life changing for me, because now I would not stress about it so much.
Great. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you. Thank you, Dana.
It's a pleasure.